Good morning, students. We are back after a break of 1 week. So, good wishes for the Ramadan, for the Muslims. Today, we will continue with the use of verbs, and in my previous class, I discussed finite verbs, including non-finites, but I did not explain the non-finites. Today, I will center on non-finites. In my last class, I explained what non-finites are. Non-finites are words looking like verbs, but they do not perform the function of verbs. So that's why they are called non-finites. In other words, non-finites are words which look like verbs, but they cannot complete the sense of the verb or the sentence. That's why in Bangla, it is called অসমাপেক্ষ ক্রিয়া. That means the words or verbs which cannot complete or end the meaning of the sentence. And in my last class, I also told you that non-finites are again classified into 3 groups. So let's start with the first groups. Infinitives. Infinitives are non-finite forms with TO2 with two or without two. So infinitives are non-finites having the form with two or without two. And you must remember they are non-finites, infinitives are non-finite, so they do not complete the sense of the sentence, or they cannot make a sentence on themselves. Let me check. When we talk in a group or anywhere, we see that someone wants to talk, but sometimes when our talking is not finished, we usually say, let me finish first. So this one, you can see, this one, the sense or meaning is not like the finite verbs. In this sentence, this is a simple sentence, it is imperative, okay? So let is the finite form, finite verb, let. And this one, non-finite, infinitive. Non-finite infinitive, but you can see there is the form without two. So this kind of infinitives, that means the non-finite form without two, they are called bare. They are called bare infinitive. Bare means empty or without. So infinitive and non-finite forms with two or without two. So bare infinitives are non-finites without two. So in this kind of sentences, commonly imperative sentences we use, and in these cases, in the use, you need to know the use of the bare infinitives. When do we use bare infinitive? When someone makes someone do something. You can see, let me finish first. I will finish, but I am asking someone to allow me to do this. Another way, another example, let's see. Another example, you can see I made him do the work. So here this one, do, is the bare infinitive. Here the influential subject is I, and this is the finite form, finite verb, and do is the infinitive form. Commonly it indicates to do. Commonly it indicates to do. That means doing the work has been pushed or made forward by the subject of the finite verb I. So these are the examples of bare infinitive, and you must remember that they do not complete the sense of the sentence, or they not complete the meaning of the sentence. That's why they are infinitive, and infinitive without to, that they are called bare infinitive. I think now it's clear to you. Now I will move to second item of the infinitives. So I told you infinitives are non-finites with to or without to. So this one is with to plus verb. So common, this is the common use, and I think all of you know the use of infinitive in this form, but you must know more uses of this type of infinitive. Where it is used, what are the different uses of to plus verb infinitive? First, it can be used as noun. As noun. Example. Commonly we say, to tell a lie is a sin. To tell a lie is a sin. So you can see this is a simple sentence, and you can see what is the finite verb? Finite verb is. And to tell is the infinitive and with to tell. And what is the function of to tell here? Function is noun. Function is noun. In other way you can write also, telling a lie is a sin, but that will be the use of the gerund. But here we can also write in this way. So writing in this way is called the use of infinitives with to as a noun. As a noun. So infinitive can be used as a noun. Second one, to plus verb infinitive can be used as modifier, adjective. Suppose I gave you a home task, and home task is very tough for you. So the work, next work to do or immediate work to do, you will have to do. That is the given task. So in order to explain given task, we may use this form of infinitive. That means infinitive to plus verb infinitive as modifier or as adjective. Let me show through example. The task. The task to do is its finite verb. So to do, what is the function of to do here? This is infinitive with to do. But what is the function here? Function is modifying the noun. this one. The task, in other way, if we try to show that to do works as an adjective, we can write this way. The given task. So, to do, instead of to do, we use given. Which kind of task? The given task, or the task to do immediately or next. So, to do here functions or works as adjective, modifier. So, infinitives, that means to plus verb infinitive, first one we have seen already, can be used as noun. Now we can see it is used as adjective, modifier. What kind of modifier? In your modifier section you will have to learn. It comes after the noun, so it is post modifier. Infinitive as post modifier. So to learn verbs you are learning also modifier. This is the use of post modifier. So use of infinitive as post modifier. Now to plus verb infinitive can be used as modifying adverbs also. As modifying adverbs also. Modifier adverb. So all of you know what is adverb. That means any word or phrases which add something to verb, they are called adverb. So infinitives are used sometimes as modifier of the verb. Commonly we say students go to college. This is the finite verb. This is non-finite, and my focus is here. Students go to college to learn. So to learn, what function does it do? It gives information about the verb go. Why do students go to college? Why? So the answers which gives us the answer of why, where, when, so they are adverbs. So here to learn acts as infinitive, as a modifier which acts as an adverb. So you are to learn the use of verbs, you are also learning the use of infinitive as adverb modifier. Use of infinitives as adverb modifier. Now there is another kind of infinitive. We have already learned two kinds of infinitives. First one, bare infinitive. Second one, infinitive to plus verb. Now there is third kind of infinitives, which is the form to plus, have plus, past participle. Of verb. This is third kind of infinitives. That means another kind of non-finites. To plus, have plus, past participle of verb. This is very rarely used, but you need to know, because after your completion of HSC you will not have lots of opportunity to learn grammar. You will be moved or pushed into your course directly without teaching grammar. So you need to know what is the use of this kind of infinitives. Sometimes we praise someone about the past activities or past event. Suppose you have distributed iftars to some poor neighbors. Then we say, it was nice of you to have distributed iftars to your poor neighbors. So these are the uses And there is a famous sentence in one of short stories of W. Somerset Maugham, and I am actually excited to write that sentence. That is very interesting also. Let me write it down. It is a bit long sentence. So this is the sentence. I was too young to have learned. This is the example of to plus have plus past participle of verb. That is third perfect infinitive. We call it perfect infinitive. This is the example of perfect infinitive. This is the finite verb, and this is the example of non-finite. To say no. This is another not infinitive, but to plus verb. Okay, so in this sentence there are uses of two infinitives. One, to have learned perfect infinitive, to say to plus verb infinitive, to say no to a woman. That means when we are young, you do not become experienced to refuse or to reject a offer from any girl or any woman. So I was too young to have learned. Negative. That means I was so young that I could not learn to say no to a woman. This is famous sentence of using perfect infinitive. We use it like we use perfect participle also. The implication, meaning the same. So these are the uses of infinitives. So if we now sum it up, we can see there are three kinds of infinitives. First one, bare infinitive. Bare, why it's bare? Because it does not have two. So without two, when we use infinitive, they are called bare infinitives. And second type, to plus verb infinitive. And the final one, now you can see in the board, okay, to plus have plus past participle of verb. That is, we call it perfect infinitive. Okay, now we can move to second kinds of non-finites. Second kinds of non-finites, and it is participles. Participles, and in English there are three kinds of participles, and you need to know what is participles. Participles actually are non-finites. Participles are non-finites having the form like ing with verb, or past participle form of verb, and the third one having plus past participle, having plus past participle. So these are the three types of participles. So if I go back to the definition of participles, participles are non-finites with the forms ing plus verb or past participle form of verb or having plus past participle form of verb. So participles can be also in the three forms. It could be ing plus verb, or it could be in the past participle form, or it could be having plus past participle form. But participles, these are the forms, non-finites in the forms, but what are their functions? They have similar function, common function. They have similar or common function. What is the similar or common function? It works as adjectives. So you can keep it in your mind that all participles are adjectives. All participles belong to adjectives. Okay? So participles have three forms. ing plus verb. So let me check one after another. First one, ing plus verb. It will be formed in this way. That means there will be ing with verb. So taking sehri, I have kept my fast, or I am fasting. Taking sahari. So taking sahari. I am fasting. So this one, it gives me or you the condition. So condition of the verb. In which condition? Okay. So condition is taking sahari. So it will, form will be with the ing with the verb. Form ing plus verb, but it will act as an adjective. When it will act as an adjective, then only we will call it a participle, and this is called, it has a name, present participle. It is called present participle. We may show the use of present participle in a sentence, another sentence. So I think these examples will make your idea more clear. Running after a running train. So there are two running in this sentence, but this running has been used as an example of adjective. That means it modifies noun, pre-modifier, present participle. So this is the example of present participle. Why it's present participle? It has the form of ing, but it acts as an adjective. It is not a verb. This one acts as a noun. So this does not belong to present participle. So my dear students, sometimes there are problems in understanding, but you are the advanced level learners. Okay? Sometimes I use Bangla as in the beginning of today's class also. You have no question, only you are asking is for the use of Bangla, but if you have seen the class in national television, that English classes for the secondary level are also run in English. So I think you are not below standard than the students of primary or higher secondary level students. So to keep up your level high, it is better to listen to English and try to understand English. Okay? That will be more beneficial for you. It is not actually, sometimes we may resort to Bangla, but it should be the last resort. I think I deliver the class in easy English. You easily can understand. If you can't understand, you can send question, but every day using the same request using Bangla, I think is not acceptable in this level. So I will continue. present participle form. It's very easy. For what is the form? Form is ing. There will be ing with verb. There will be ing with verb. It's easy. And what will it function? It will function, that means it will work. It will work as an adjective. What is an adjective? Adjective modifies a noun or a pronoun. So it's the train noun. It modifies train. Which kind of train? Moving train. So this is easy. So this is the example of present participle. That means what is the form? There will be ing with the verb form. But next, what you will have to do? You will have to check what is the function of that word. Whether it modifies a noun or whether it modifies a verb or it acts as a noun. So you will have to look at this, and I believe that if you try and listen, you will have to listen. There are 4 language skills, and first one is listening. You will have to make habit to listening in English. If you listen, okay, you will, after a few days, in course of time, you will be able to understand. In my student life also, in the beginning, I had to face the same problem. But I had to listen. Okay? So, listen and try to understand. If there is any problem, you note it down and tell me so that I can make, okay, more easy for you, more understandable for you. Okay? So, this is the present participle. Participles belong to adjective. And what kind of adjectives? It is non-finites. So students, thank you very much for today. Next I will continue with the next type of non-finites. That means with the elaboration or explanation of the next items of participle. That means use of past participle, use of perfect participle, so that you can, okay, when you will use the right form of verbs in the bracket, you can easily identify what kind of use it has been made, and okay, you can then identify and differentiate whether non-finite participle forms will be used or not. Thank you all for today.